It's dark.
It's dark. Very good. So just take a moment to begin to adjust your inner vision using all of your senses now. And I'd like for you to tell me if this place in which you are now is indoors or outdoors. How does it feel to you?
It's indoors.
Indoors, very good. Now when you walk into a room, you could tell the size of it by using your senses. So I'd like for you to tell me, is this a large room or a small room?
Very large.
Very large, okay. So let's begin walking through this room and begin to adjust to it and sense what the floor feels like beneath your feet. What do you notice first? How does the floor feel beneath your feet? Is it hard? Is it soft?
The floor feels soft, like a pillow.
Soft? Tell me more.
There's almost a smell around that.
What kind of smell are you detecting?
It's like moldy or...
Moldy smell? So as you begin to adjust, you may notice your body. This way that you're touching the floor, are you wearing shoes? Are you barefooted?
No, I'm wearing socks.
Wearing socks, very good. So let's find out a little bit about your body here. Are you male or female?
Male.
Male. And how old are you there?
About 16, 17.
16 or 17, very good. And as you're noticing your body, look at your build. Are you a small 16 or a large one? Notice how you feel.
Relatively small.
Small, very good. Let's see if you can notice what type of clothing you're wearing besides the socks.
A white t-shirt.
A white t-shirt. What else do you notice?
I see pants.
Are these long pants or short pants? What do
They're
you
short pants. I can see the hairs on my leg.
What else do you notice? Look at the way you look. What do you look like there?
Short hair.
What color is this hair?
My hair is brown. Clean shaven.
Notice if you have anything in your hands. Are you carrying anything?
Seems like a book.
A book. Very good. So let's find a place where we can look at what that book says. Where's a place in this room where we can see that book?
This is a stone table.
Stone table.
This looks like there's a window. Some light is coming in.
Good. So go ahead and put that book on the table and describe to me what that book looks like.
This has a metal casing. Very worn pages. Has undescribable text in the front. Almost like a different language.
Yes. So as you open the book, does this book seems to have been printed or written?
It's a written book.
A written book. And how big is this book?
Maybe 300 to 500 pages if it fits in my hand. In one hand.
Does it have any pictures or any illustrations in it?
On the front cover, almost looks like a tree.
A tree. Very good. So what I'd like for you to do is just connect with those words. I'd like for you to go ahead and disconnect from needing to read the English language. And let's begin to connect with the words as if they were knowings. Let's open up that book and see what's this information about in this book. You'll just know it.
Well, it seems like it's the answers to questions that I have in my mind. Almost like the answers are being written as I ask the questions.
Wonderful. What happens when you touch those pages?
It goes to the next page. It's almost like it disintegrates.
Disintegrates, very good. So let's take a look if there's anyone in the room with you. Look around. Who's there?
I can sense somebody, but I'm not familiar.
How do you feel about this person?
Almost intimidated.
Intimidating. Intimidating because of what? The stature?
Yeah. They're almost looking over my shoulder at this
Yes.
point.
Very good. So I'd like for you to connect with this being, and I'd like for you to go ahead and begin using your mind to connect. And begin to receive the answers telepathically. Let's ask, who is this who is looking over your shoulder?
The student.
Student. Who's the teacher?
Seems to be me. They're there to see as what I do.
So I'd like for you to ask your student, what is this class all about? What is it that you teach them?
Life.
Very good. Keep going.
There's many questions, but not that many answers.
Good. So I'd like for you to go ahead and sit your student down at that table. And as you do, you will see yourself as the role of that teacher. Has your appearance changed? All right. So I'd like for you to go ahead and begin today to give this student a lesson about life. What would you like to tell this student today?
The focus is not on the answer. It's on how it comes about.
And what brings about the answer?
The question in itself.
Do you feel that this student is understanding what this means?
Yes.
Good. Keep going.
I find myself showing them the paper disintegrating in my fingers. I can almost feel the book and the roots of the tree, almost three-dimensional.
Keep going. Keep going deeper into the roots. What happens next?
My student seems to be asking how many pages are disintegrated in your book.
What do you tell the student?
Too many to count.
So as these pages disintegrate, what does that mean to life?
There are many unanswered questions that can go unanswered.
Are these questions important?
They're important to those who ask.
So why is it that some of these questions go unanswered? Why does life permit these pages to disintegrate?
They give the answer momentarily. And they seem to be forgotten. It was as if it's like a flash, and then it's gone.
So as the teacher teaches the student, does the teacher also learn?
Yeah. The teacher has the book in his hand.
Yes. So what can this teacher, David, teach others? Why did he come with this book?
We're all here to make our own book, learn from our own questions and answers. To pay close attention to the signals, and the flashes of knowledge that are given to you every day.
Are any of these flashes of knowledge some that David have already incorporated into his life?
Yeah.
Yes. But he doesn't feel that confidence moving forward. How can this book help him with his confidence to feel comfortable within his own skin as he moves forward?
As I incorporate my teachings, and I see the student thriving with what I've been able to teach. It instills happiness with it.
What have you been teaching David?
Emotion.
Emotion. Why did he come here to learn emotion?
To be the light in the dark room.
Is he being the light?
Yeah.
How can he shine his light even brighter to make more impact? He seems to have a dark shade on him, not wanting to be seen.
I'm not sure.
So let's say that this David is a light that came here to shine. We know that we come with different lights come with different lampshades. What kind of lampshade is David going around with right now?
Spherical.
Spherical.
One to take up my whole body.
So how can we expand that lampshade and perhaps make it to where more light gets through to the outside?
Sharing the knowledge.
Sharing the knowledge, very good. Well, it seems that being of such a young age, he may feel he doesn't have the knowledge. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. So how can he share his knowledge with those around him? What does he need to do? Speak. Is there something holding him back from speaking?
The fear of the disintegration, the fear of it going away and never being found again. Or not being heard.
Of not being heard. Has this happened before to the soul?
Yes.
Okay. So let's find out why he's holding on to this fear. I'd like for you to go ahead and assist him in showing him that moment in time in which he was faced with all of this not being heard. I'm going to count from 5 to 1. When I get to number 1, I'll touch your forehead and you'll be at that memory when you were not being heard. It could be in this lifetime or another lifetime. So begin now with a deep breath in as we begin to travel 5 through time and space to that part, that place, that moment in time. 4, when you were not being heard. 3, allowing the images and memories to come. 2, and 1, be there now. What is this place?
I'm at the top of a mountain.
On top of a mountain.
You can see the clouds below me. It's daylight.
How are you dressed there?
Wearing long pants and barefoot. Seems to be in all white.
Everybody is wearing white?
I'm alone.
You're alone. Who are these crowds below you?
Clouds.
Oh, clouds below you.
Clouds.
Tell me more. What do you do up in the mountain?
Seem to be shouting.
What are you shouting? Yell it out. What are you saying?
Help.
What's happened to you?
Seem to be lost or scared.
How old are you there?
Maybe like 30, it seems.
Mm-hmm. Take a look around you. Describe this place.
Very rocky.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like silver.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe snowy.
Is it cold in this place?
No.
Mm-hmm. So I want you to connect with the emotion of being up there, calling for help.
Anger.
Anger. Mm-hmm.
Not being heard.
Mm-hmm. So let's find out how it is that you got to be in the mountain. I'm going to count from 3 back to 1, and you'll be at the place before you got lost. Take a deep breath in. 3, going back before you were lost. 2, and 1. Be there. Where are you?
I'm guiding a group
Mm-hmm.
through seems to be a grassy land.
Mm-hmm.
With hills. Dawn.
What is it?
It's dawn.
Uh-huh. Who's with you?
Can't tell.
Mm-hmm.
Not familiar.
Not familiar. Is it your responsibility to lead them?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it.
What do you imagine this place is?
Uninhabited.
Mm-hmm. Where are you taking them through this place?
Find shelter.
Mm-hmm. Are you all lost?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What has happened to your home?
We don't have one.
All right. Let's go back further. I'm going to touch your forehead. Go back further before you were lost, before you lost your shelter. What happened to your place?
We get overrun
Mm-hmm.
in the middle of a gathering.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone seems to be happy and surprised.
Mm-hmm. Who came?
Armored people.
Mm-hmm. They have armors on them?
Like metal.
Mm-hmm. Are these soldiers?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What are they doing to this gathering?
Directing people out.
Mm-hmm. Is this your home where you are?
Yeah, it's our town.
Your town. So they've come to take over your town?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What is your role in this town?
Teacher, scholar.
Mm-hmm. Scholar. So what happens next?
We escape.
Mm-hmm.
We gather some things. Very little.
Mm-hmm. And you'll be able to see, as time progresses, what happens to the others.
into cages or
they're put into cages by those soldiers.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. What about you?
I was able to, with a group of people, escape and trek away.
Mm-hmm. Are you responsible for these people now? Do they look up to you?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. How does it feel to have that responsibility?
They see me as a leader.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody who can guide them.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I can't let them down.
Mm-hmm. So as you continue, what happens? How do you get lost?
I find myself in a group, not knowing where we are. So I go up to the top of the mountain and yell for help.
Mm-hmm. What happens next? Close this scene and move forward and see what happens.
Close my eyes. When I open them, the clouds have moved.
Mm-hmm.
I can see a new village down the mountain. With trees. A river. Follow the river down the mountain until we get to the village.
Connect with that emotion. How does it feel?
Serene.
Mm-hmm.
But saddened at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Tell me why.
For all those who were caged
Mm-hmm.
and held by the soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't able to help or assist
Mm-hmm.
them escaping.
Yes. Do you take any responsibility for that?
No.
But what's in your heart?
Guilt.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. So let's close this scene now. And we're going to move forward in that lifetime to another significant event when something very important happens. Be there now. Where are you? What is this place?
It's almost an event that happened before.
Mm-hmm. What happens?
More soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
Spears. It's nighttime.
Mm-hmm. What do you do?
I question. What's going on?
What happens next?
get taken. I don't struggle.
Mm-hmm. Where do they take you?
It's hard to see.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere with candles.
Mm-hmm. Are you by alone, or have they taken others with you?
No, I'm alone.
Mm-hmm. Where do you imagine they took you?
Not sure.
Mm-hmm. Allow your inner vision to clear and see who's there with you. What is this place they took you to?
There's drunks and blood.
Mm-hmm. What happens in this place?
I'm told to stay. And think.
Just know it. Don't think about it. Just know it.
Start to write things down.
Mm-hmm.
Can't tell the text. But I can't stop writing either.
Mm-hmm. What is it you're writing about?
Seems to be my life.
Mm-hmm.
From this moment I was born
Mm-hmm.
to this very moment.
What is the importance of you writing their life down?
If I don't make it out, at least my story will.
Mm-hmm. So let's close this scene and let's go to the last day of your life in that lifetime. See yourself on the last day. Where are you?
I'm in the same spot.
Mm-hmm.
Very skinny.
What does this place look like that you're in?
Almost like a wheat field.
Mm-hmm. Are you outdoors?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. How old do you feel there?
40.
Mm-hmm.
Famished.
Mm-hmm. What happens next?
Looking up at the clouds.
Mm-hmm.
It's darkness.
Take your last breath now. Take your last breath in that lifetime. and release your spirit from that body. And as you release the spirit, you'll be able to see that lifetime as a whole. You'll understand the purpose for having lived as that scholar. You'll understand the challenges and the lessons. What was the purpose of having lived that challenging life?
For those around me to learn from my mistakes and not repeat them, but also to enjoy the happiest times and celebrate life.
So how is that lifetime affecting the lifetime of David? What is it about this life now that could be reflected on that one?
I mustn't dwell and allow myself to experience fully and be happy with decisions that are made.
So what would you like to tell David about the fact that he feels a little bit insecure about his future, about what he's supposed to be doing with his life? He needs that confidence.
There's no need to struggle. Just trust your voice.
In that lifetime that you lived, did you have a voice?
I did.
How did you use that voice to help others?
I would show others the way that they haven't seen before, whether it be mine or someone I've experienced before.
So being that he carries that wisdom of being the teacher and the scholar, how can he fulfill his purpose here in this lifetime? What does he need to do to start implementing those changes now to being the guide?
Trusting your knowledge. Finding a student. To carry on.
Very good. Very good. So let's see what happens after you leave that body. What happens after you leave that body behind in that field? Where do you go to next? Follow the spirit.
I feel it with me. Almost like it's looking over me.
Who's looking over you?
It feels like me.
What happens next?
You almost feel like a voice just pushing me forward, keeping me on track. Not letting me be influenced by others, just to be myself.
So I'd like for you to go ahead and allow that voice to integrate with you now. Allow that voice to integrate with you now so that it could use your apparatus to speak through. begin the integration now. What is it that you're pushing David forward into?
Best possible experience.
The best possible experience? For what purpose?
For me. And those around me.
What is the purpose that David even came into this lifetime? Why did you come here at this time?
To heal the world.
To do what?
Heal the world.
Heal the world. Okay. So that's a beautiful thing to do, and each person does it differently. How is it that David is going to help heal the world?
One person at a time. Showing them how to do it themselves.
Is that why he's chosen the career that he has?
Yes.
Is he helping heal one person at a time through his touch and knowledge?
Yes.
In what other ways does David help heal the world?
My voice. Being able to give somebody direction if they're lost. Show them something they haven't heard before.
Does David have a good connection to this higher wisdom that you are?
Yes.
But he wants even a better connection. How is that possible to make it easy for him to always be connected to this wisdom to guide others?
To focus in, not get distracted.
Mm-hmm.
And to trust.
Is there any particular way that he is getting distracted now?
People who don't have the same outlook,
mm-hmm.
or who get distracted themselves and take David with him.
So how can he avoid these people?
He can't. He can only be himself.
Okay. So being that he's going to have a lot of distractions, how can he build that confidence within himself to go out there and do this very important mission and just help heal the people?
Solidarity.
Can you tell him about that?
Being able to distance, but not take himself out of the equation.
Mm-hmm. Are you helping him with that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Because he does question about relationships and how he's meant to work with them. What do you tell him about that?
Finding connections with people,
Mm-hmm.
whether they be good or bad.
Okay. So he can't be away from people, he has to connect with them.
Yeah.
Okay, good. The things that David chose in his life, he chose some experiences that were not very nice. He had some injuries and accidents happen to him. Can you tell him a little bit about why he had to go through those experiences?
No. No.
Okay. Did he learn anything that could help him teach others?
Surround yourself with a safe aura.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful with every step you take and every breath. Let's breathe.
Mm-hmm. Good. Is David protected?
Yes.
Good. Can you tell me a little bit about who is in his life that protects him? Does he have guides?
Carlo. His parents.
His parents. Mm-hmm.
His family.
What does he need to know about that? Did he choose well?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna push you even if you don't like it. But it's for better.
Mm-hmm. Has he known these in other lifetimes?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Would it be beneficial for him to know what role they've played in other lives?
Yeah, it might.
Okay. So let's guide him to another time and place, to where some of these family members were in his lifetime, to see how they affected him and how he affected them. We'll begin now by taking that deep breath in to begin to travel through time and space. 5, to another time and another place where family was once again in his life. 4, 3, going back. 2, allow the images to come down. And 1, be there.
On a beach.
Mm-hmm.
Water. The waves are big. Waves.
Are you in the water or at the beach?
The waves are crashing on my feet.
Mm-hmm. Take a look at your feet. Are they male or female?
Male.
Mm-hmm. How old are you there?
Very young. 8.
Mm-hmm. What do you look like there?
Naked.
Mm-hmm. Look at the color of your skin.
White.
Mm-hmm.
Someone standing next to me.
Mm-hmm. Is it male or female?
Male.
Mm-hmm. How do they look?
They're very tall.
Mm-hmm.
I have to look up to them.
Mm-hmm. Are they wearing any clothes?
No.
Mm-hmm. Who is this man next to you?
My brother.
Mm-hmm. Take a look into his eyes. The eyes are the window to the soul. Do you recognize these eyes in the lifetime of David?
It's my brother Mark.
Mm-hmm. Feel the connection with him?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What does he do for you there on the beach? Does he protect you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Tell me more.
He's pointing out to the water.
What's happening in the water?
There's animals. We see dolphins.
Mm-hmm. Feel the emotion?
Yeah. I can feel the sadness.
Mm-hmm. What has happened?
Maybe we've lost something.
Mm-hmm. So as you look out into the ocean, you'll remember what has happened. What has happened that you lost?
An animal.
Mm-hmm.
From the animal kingdom.
Mm-hmm. Who was this animal?
It's a large animal.
Mm-hmm.
Lives in the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
A whale.
Mm-hmm. What happened to this animal?
We found him on the beach.
Mm-hmm. Did you have a connection with this animal?
No.
But it affected your soul, didn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What happens next?
We take the whale back into the water.
Mm-hmm.
My brother points to the dolphins. Says they're helping you.
Mm.
The fish.
What happens next?
Like sharks come, almost feed on the body.
Mm-hmm.
And the water crashing on my feet becomes darker. With blood.
Mm-hmm. How are you feeling about this?
Saddened. But at the same time, I know that the sharks are feeding.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Let's close this scene now. Close this scene. And let's move on into your life to see who the other members of your family are. I'd like for you to go now to the place in which you live with your family. What is this place?
It's a gazebo.
Mm-hmm.
Like a tiki hut.
Mm-hmm. How many are there?
7.
Mm-hmm.
A few women.
Mm-hmm.
It's mostly men.
Mm-hmm. So take a look at all of their eyes. Recognize them. Who do you see?
See my father.
Mm-hmm.
I see my niece.
Mm-hmm.
She's just a baby.
Mm-hmm.
I see my brother Mark. He's with us.
Mm-hmm.
I don't recognize anybody else.
Okay. So I'd like for you to make the connections. How does this family unit work? Are you close?
Yeah, very.
Mm-hmm. So I want you to just feel what it feels like to be in this family. Understand how you fit into this family, your role.
I feel like I'm under my brother's wing, learning from him.
Very good. So let's close this scene. And now I want you to project yourself into your much older, when you have now taken on responsibilities and have a new role in your family. Be there now. What's happening?
Putting food on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like freshly caught fish.
Mm-hmm. Who's there with you?
Only a couple people.
Mm-hmm. How are they connected to you, these people?
Seems like my wife and a child.
And in this life, do you wear any clothing?
Very minimal.
Minimal. Very good. Is this what you typically eat? Fish?
Yes.
Yes. Very good. See if there's anything else that you eat.
Vegetables.
Very good. Is there anything else significant from this?
We're in the same home.
Mm-hmm.
The same table.
So you're in the same place where you grew up?
Yes.
Okay. Same family?
Yes.
Good. Have the roles changed in your family?
I find I have more responsibility.
How does that feel to you?
Empowering.
Is there anyone that you take care of now?
My wife and child and myself.
Very good. Very good. So let's close this scene. Now let's go to where you're older. Things have changed. Another significant day. What's happening?
I'm crying.
What's happening?
Alone.
What's happened to your family?
I'm not sure. They're not there.
How old do you feel?
60.
Are you indoors or outdoors?
outdoors.
Check in with your body and see how your body feels.
Weak.
Where do you go to take your last breath?
To the beach.
So I'd like for you to go ahead and see yourself on that last moment of your life in that lifetime. What do you do?
Swimming away. Going to the water. Sink to the bottom.
So allow your spirit to leave that body behind. And as you rise from that very tired body, you can see that whole lifetime from a different perspective. What did you learn from that life?
To love those close to me every day and every second.
How is that life affecting the lifetime of David?
Finds that you can spend more time with his loved ones. More activity. Things to bond the relationship deeper.
Very good. So just leave that lifetime behind. I'd like for you to go back to that place where you met that voice once again. And I'd like to ask, what is the significance of showing David that lifetime? Why did he need to see that?
To apply it. Apply what you've learned.
Once he has more connection with his family, will that allow him to flourish in his own life?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, very good. David came here with some physical insecurities. I'd like for you to focus on his hands and his feet. And I'd like for you to go ahead and drill down to see what's causing these things on his hand and feet. Allow yourself to become very, very small, almost as if you were going inside. And as you go inside of these little tiny eruptions, I'd like for you to tell me if there are any words or any phrases that are coming out of them. Take a look. What does it look like from the inside of these teeny weeny things?
Like leaves. Green leaves.
Green leaves. Tell me more.
They're packed close together.
What's inside of these green leaves that are packed so close together?
Looks like a bug.
Why is this bug creating this home?
To feel comfortable.
To feel comfortable. And how long is it that this bug has been there, trying to feel comfortable with David?
Seems like years.
Years. What does he get from being with David?
Warmth.
Warmth. What else does he feel?
Secluded.
Secluded. Is he trying to run away from something?
Yes.
Let's find out why he's running away. Because it seems that David is almost like his protector. What is this bug running away from?
Predators.
Predators, okay. So go ahead and give this bug your voice so I can speak with it. I'm going to bring that energy up from your body all the way up. And I want you to go ahead and give this bug your voice. Up, 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 up. Good morning, bug. How are you?
Hi.
Hi. Can you tell me how long you've been there with David?
12 years.
12 years. How is it that you found David?
He found me
He found you where?
in the grass.
In the grass. What was he doing at the time?
Exploring.
Oh, okay. So he was just a young boy then.
Yeah.
So why is it that you decided to attach to him?
I thought he was a predator. He was going to attack me.
Ah, but see, you found out that he wasn't a predator.
Right.
So why are you still there?
I feel safe.
You feel safe, okay. But you see, Bug, this body is not the right place for you. Bugs don't belong on a human body. Did you know that?
No.
No. Well, bugs belong in nature. Bugs belong where there's dirt, where there's places where you can actually hide. But you see, David is always doing things. He's always washing his hands and feet. Don't you think that when he washes his hands and feet, it hurts you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that why you're always trying to build up all of your leaves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cover myself.
You cover yourself. And how do you affect him when you cover yourself?
Cause pain.
Cause pain. Bug, are there more of you there or just you?
There's more of us.
There's more. And why have you chosen to stay with David?
It's comfortable.
It's comfortable. Bug, if I found a comfortable place, would you be willing to go there?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. You see, Bug, it's not a good place to be on a human body, because a human body will sometimes do things that will shake you off. So let's find a nice place for you to be. Is that okay?
Thanks.
Okay. So what we want to do is encapsulate you, all of you, into a big cocoon. And David's going to help you with this. Let's begin to release yourself from this place with all this grass. And I want you to see, descending upon his hands and feet, a cocoon that you can go into. Tell me when you see that cocoon.
You see it?
All right. So I'd like for you to go ahead and begin to disconnect from David now. And I'm going to ask David to take all of your grass and put it in that cocoon for you. And all of you can now go into your own little cocoons. Do you feel it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask my helpers to take you to a place where you can live in peace within your own little cocoon with all of that grass. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to call now on the divas of nature. And I want them to come and take all of these little cocoons and begin taking them out to nature. And tell me what they look like, these little divas.
They have wings.
Mm-hmm. They're beautiful, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yes. So you could see many of them flying, coming to get you all.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like for you to go ahead and disconnect. And I'm going to ask the divas to pull out the roots that are within David, where all of these little bugs are. Pull them all out like roots. And I'd like to ask this legion of divas to take them all back to nature. And I'd like to make an agreement with them now, and for David to agree also, that when he notices that there's one that may be left, to call on those divas of nature to bring again that cocoon, pull them out, and take them back to nature. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right, very good. So tell me what happens now. I want you to look at your hands and your feet as we thank those divas as they fly away with all of these little bugs. What's been left on your hands and feet?
A warm feeling.
Warm feeling, very good. So you know that whenever we take something out, nature abhors a vacuum. So we need to bring something back in, and we want to use something to fill in all of those spaces on the hands and the feet in order to heal, in order to fill it. What color frequency do you recognize as being the frequency of healing?
White.
White, very good. So I'd like for you to go ahead and bring in through the top of your head a nice beam of very, very bright white light directly from Source, directly from God. And I want you to begin bringing in that white light into all of those spaces where all of these little bugs used to live in, and fill it. Fill all of those areas. And you may notice something happening. What do you notice happening as that white light begins to fill those spaces?
Sure. Comfortable.
Feel comfortable. Go ahead and keep filling it.
Almost. Clear mind.
Very good. And we want to add something else now that it's been healed. I'd like to propose using a green light that will be almost like aloe that is so slippery, to begin coating that area that's been healed with the white light, and begin coating it with that green light to make it very slippery, so that if a bug tries to put his little nest in there, it'll slip right out, almost like aloe. How does that feel?
Smooth.
Smooth, very good. So we know that we can do this almost on a daily basis to continue filling that space so that no other remnants of these bugs can once again be filled. And I'd like for you to go ahead and connect. I'd like to speak with that voice, and I'd like for you to check on those bugs now. How are they doing in nature with those divas?
They're compatible.
They're compatible. Very good. So I'd like to thank them. David, can you forgive these bugs for not knowing that you were not part of that outdoor nature?
Of course.
All right. So I'd like for you to go ahead and disconnect. Disconnect from any energy. Allow all of those bugs to go in peace. And now that we've taken care of that, I'd like to know, what is the reason you brought David to this session today? What was he supposed to learn from this today?
Trying to transfer his mind into something understandable.
Do you feel he's doing that?
Yes.
And what would you tell him about moving now forward in his path?
Observe.
Good. So before we finish this, I'd like for you to go ahead and bring him back to that place where he began, the place with the book. And I'd like for you to notice if something has changed about that book now.
The room is lit. It's empty. The book is the same. It has some more color. The leaves are green. The roots are brown.
And now that the scholar and teacher is looking at this book, what message does that book have for him?
Follow the flowing water. It will lead you to your emotions.
Very good. Anything else that he needs to learn from that book before we're done?
You can open this book. Find your answer. There's more than just answers in this book. There's also stories. About yourself.
How can he access this book easily in the future?
It'll always be there. Just need to picture exactly how it is.
Wonderful. So let's engrave that into his mind now. See that book with full color? Where he can touch it, he can feel it, he can read it. Is there anything else David needs to know today? Or are we complete?
We're complete.
Very good. 5 wide awake, completely alert, feeling wonderful all over. Wow.
Incredible.
Incredible.
You can feel the emotion throughout.
Never saw that coming, did you?
Not at all.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
It was so simple, but it was so amazing. Wow. Didn't that change your life?
Yeah, definitely. My hands feel like they're asleep.
I wonder why. It's almost like you did surgery on them, right?
Yeah.
Amazing.
My feet too. Wow.
It was amazing.
It really was.
You're very detailed.
Yeah.
At first it was like, I can't read this thing. And then later you kind of, the more you got into it, the more you did.
Yeah, it was more of an understanding than I was trying to read.
Yeah. It was the knowing of it. Wow.
Exactly.
How long do you think this was? Did it feel short to you?
Oh, the time?
Yeah.
No, it felt like a lifetime.
It did?
Yeah.
Like you were there, like...
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's about an hour and 20 minutes.
Wow. Wow.
You were really there. I mean.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I can feel the tears.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what was really amazing was that lifetime where it started off at the beach and it ended at the beach.
Yeah.
Do you notice that?
I did.
It was like that's where you go to die.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it seemed natural to take the whale back,
Mm-hmm.
where they could feast on the body.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
I did. How I was kind of completing the cycle.
You were. It's almost like we come from the sea and we go back to the sea.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's great. You saw your family there, and
Yeah.
so do you want to share some of this? What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, I can share it.
Good. Yeah, I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Did good. You did good.
Awesome.
Unbelievable. Let me take that off of you. Okay, we have a live picture now.
Mm-hmm.
This is David.
Hello.
So we had technical difficulties, my fault, but hey, now we're live. So how was your session?
It was incredible, truly. Found things out that I wasn't even having the slightest mind that I was capable of doing.
Mm-hmm.
And really connected deep within.
Now you meditate.
Yes.
Did this help you? Did meditation help you?
It did. I found that being able to meditate and be comfortable in my own mind helped me, build a new path in being guided.
Cool. So would you recommend that for people who are doing this?
I would 100% recommend meditating.
Yeah.
And being able to understand yourself as much as possible.
Now, when you had never been hypnotized like this before. You've had hypnotherapy before, right?
Yes.
How did that differ to what we just did?
So the one that I did before was almost like somebody was just reading a book to me. And this one here, I really felt very connected to you.
Yeah.
And I felt like you were right there with me. And
well, I was. That place was pretty moldy.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh.
Yeah, it was. Very old.
Get that light in here. It seemed really ancient, almost like the Middle Ages type of thing.
Yeah.
Almost like the 1500s. Is that what it seemed like to you?
Yeah, it seemed like that, or even
older, right? Yeah. Yeah, because when I'm doing this, I'm visualizing. I'm right there with you, so I'm getting the feelings around me just like you are. But that book was really interesting. How it.
Yeah, I can almost draw it. I think I might actually draw what I was
good. Well, we could add it to the film.
Yeah,
why not?
Yeah,
that'd be cool. So, is there anything else that you felt about this that maybe you didn't even think about?
Well, it really touched on some emotions that that were just brought out of me naturally.
Yes.
And that's a big thing that feels good.
Good. And, I was talking to David about this a little bit before we started the interview, is that ideas come into my mind. I don't know where they come from. And if you've been watching some of my videos, you know that I use a lot of angels. But in this case, when we were dealing with nature, I was about to say angels, and the words, it was like the words were taken out of my mouth and said divas. Mm-hmm. And divas are what help with the nature, and you said they look like little fairies, and that's what I was picturing, that they were coming to help all these little critters go back to nature. Isn't it amazing?
Very.
So I don't know how I do this either. It just comes to me. And you feel good? Your hands feel good?
Yeah, I feel light as a feather, really.
That's wonderful. You recommend this to other people?
I would 100% recommend this, just to look into yourself and to connect deeper.
Wonderful. So, David, you are from Miami.
Born and raised, yes.
I've known David since he was about probably 7, right? Mm-hmm. So this is the first opportunity that I get to do something totally different, since I've known him since he was like this big. Yeah. And it's a great feeling to be able to help somebody. And it's amazing, you know, when you look at your own kids, you have no idea why they're coming here. And most of them are lights that are coming here to shine their light. And that's what you found out about you.
Yes. Yeah.
You saw yourself kind of like, you saw like you had this lampshade around you.
Exactly. Very, almost like I was in the center of the world.
So shine your light, please. And I welcome you to join me in one of the events that I'm having around the world. That's why I'm bringing people over so that they can shine their light. And if you want a session with me, go to my website, albaweinman.com. Sign up for my newsletter. I am traveling all around the world, so there are very limited sessions and very limited newsletters at this time. But please sign up, and if there's a session available, you'll get the newsletter. Got to click fast though to get that appointment. So thank you for watching. Until the next time, bye. Give me a hug. You did great.
Yeah.
Fantastic.